Greetings from Podcastville. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by On It. Don't forget, we're still running the contest till January with Alpha Brain. Register, order the Alpha Brain, get it, get the lottery ticket, and you're automatically in the contest, which is the On It experience. 2 days, $1,000 cash, product, all that stuff. Go to onit.com right now. Look at the great selection of supplements. If you see something you like, press in Church on the way out and get 10% off delivered right to your crib. We're also sponsored by CBD Lion, the best when it comes to CBD. I live off the tincture. I'm an old man. I take 2 shots an hour before I go to bed, and it's snappy nunu time, no peeing, no nothing. Go to CBD Lion right now and get the second-party lab results for yourself. This isn't no gas station CBD. This is CBDLion.com. Go right now and enter code CHURCH and get 20% off delivered to your house. And it's Wednesday, all right? I don't know how to tell you this. Tomorrow you got 2 big games or 1 big game. You got the NBA. You got Diaz versus Miles Duval this weekend. If you're going to make money, this is the weekend to make some money, all right? Go to mybookie.ag. They're not playing any games over there. If you're trying to bet NFL, baseball, MMA, whatever, MyBookie's got it, all right? They're running a super contest. I've told you this 1,000 times. It's $100 to enter. You pick 5 teams a week. They cover the spread, and you get points. First place, $100,000. Where are you going to get that action from? Nowhere, cocksuckers. So, do me a favor. Right now, today, double your first deposit. Use promo code CHURCH. Grab a pen. CHURCH to get 100% bonus on your initial deposit up to $1,000. Joey, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you put in a nickel, they're going to give you a nickel, fucko. And that's how it starts. So visit mybookie.ag today. That's mybookie, MYBOOKIE.ag. And don't forget to use promo code CHURCH when creating your account. Kick this fucking meal, Lee. Gives me goosebumps if you're sitting here. My eyes get all teary. I go back to fucking 1980. You understand me? First time I saw him. How are you, Miss Dio?
I'm very well, thank you. And
thank you very much for finding
Thank you for
time.
inviting me to your show.
Man, you do some great work. I always tell people that anybody could be your fucking friend when you're alive. To have a friend when you're dead, that's special. Somebody to look after you, somebody to keep your name alive, somebody to keep your work alive. And you've done a great job with Ronnie.
That's my job, to keep Ronnie's music and his legend alive. You know, I promised him that before he passed away, and do what I can, and also to try and rid this horrible disease, which one day hopefully we'll find a cure.
They found it in Mexico. I don't know what's going on here. You go to Mexico, they freeze your asshole and you're back jumping up and down. Here, they don't know nothing, these white people. They don't know nothing. You go to Mexico, they fucking kill you. Only Steve McQueen didn't get fucking killed. Everybody else lived. No. But I have a friend that's suffering, and he went down there. It was a procedure they won't do here.
Stem cells? Or?
No, when he went to Mexico, they froze the cancer, boom, and I just saw him the other day.
It's just too much FDA things that you have to be approved before you can get something going. And a lot of times, you know, some of the pharmaceutical companies, maybe they don't want to find a cure because they make too much money.
That's right.
You know, I remember one I went to get when Ronnie was first on his chemo, and there was a pill that I had to go buy, and she said that would be $600. I said, we have insurance. She goes, no, that's the copay, which is okay for us, but what about Joe Blow down the street?
Yes.
$600 a pill that you have to take every month? I mean, forget it. And that's just the beginning of it. I mean,
yeah, we could sit here for hours and talk about all the fucking faults in the medical system.
Yeah.
There's always a by the way.
Yeah.
My friend's mom broke her hip last week, and the hospital in Santa Monica, the lights went out. No, the mold was on the wall in Santa Monica in the ER. They had to close the hospital, so they had to take her to Torrance. She's there with her mother that night. I mean, this chick's a fucking daycare teacher, and they come in with a bill for transporting her there. Because Medicaid only covers 21 fucking miles. Really? Where'd you come up with that number from?
Yeah, really.
21 miles. So they wanted like $82 a mile, and it was like an additional 8 miles. This lady barely, you know, she's a daycare teacher. But this is our system. These are the by the ways you find out
Yeah.
when you get sick.
Yes.
We never think about getting sick.
We just pay insurance all the time,
and then insurance.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then one day you're in the hospital and you're like, "What the fuck do I pay for?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't cover aspirin at $22.50 a fucking aspirin. Well, I'll tell my wife to bring the fucking aspirin. You know what I'm saying? Take that aspirin and shove it up your ass for $22. What am I stupid here? So you have to take care of yourself.
You do. You do. You have to be healthy.
What year did you meet Ronnie?
I met Ronnie in Bound, I think it was 1974.
Wow. And when did you finally hook up with him? Like, you were friends for a while, right?
We never broke up. We were always married.
You always
Always married.
I thought you went in there as the friend for a while.
No, well,
Then he dumped the second wife, then you slid in.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
we were married for a long, long time.
I know how you good-looking
There's
blondes
always
work.
things that go on in life, and as you know, there's ups and there's downs, and we went through ups and downs. Yes, we did, but
So you were
we were
Ronnie
always
from
married.
74.
In 1974, he had just completed the first Rainbow album, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, and they had not been on the road yet. They'd not toured yet, but they'd completed the album. I met him at the Rainbow in Sunset, and we started going out together. And then he went on the road, and he called me and said, "Quit your job, come on the road." I said, "No, I can't quit my job, but I'll come for a couple of weeks." And I never went back.
He was at Richie at the time.
Yeah.
Now, the first time I ever even heard of Ronnie James Dio was Rainbow Rising, that album. And they did a show, maybe 79, 78 with the Scorpions.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and I think Schenkner showed up in Jersey. It was a fucking party.
Yeah.
And I went down there, and at the time, I'm not going to lie to you, I went down there for Richie Blackmore, and I went down there for the Scorpions. But Ronnie James impressed me. I went home and bought the album and Stargazer.
Oh yeah, it was a fabulous song.
All that stuff.
Fabulous song.
Fabulous,
Yeah,
fucking fabulous voice.
That song is one of my very favorite songs.
Okay, see, so we're on the same page. So I took it home and pop, and Ronnie James Dio, whatever, and then Fucko replaces his singers, so he came in with that other fucking guy. I'm gonna rock you all night long. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
And then, I fell into Black Sabbath by mistake. I
So did Ronnie.
yeah. I put on War Pigs like everybody else, and maybe 13 and almost jumped out a fucking window. That was it. And then I bought Sabotage, and I was ready to fucking go. Where's the heroin? Where's the fucking heroin and the Meshuggah pills? I need it all. And then I remember I bought Master Reality, and I got Angel Dust and snorted the Angel Dust. It was like my birthday. It was my 17th birthday. I bought Master Reality, and The Exorcist was on.
Oh.
And I had The Exorcist on with Master Reality over it with earphones on, tripping on this fucking Angel Dust. And I shut it down, and I never listened to Master Reality. So I was a big Ozzy. And then my mother died, and Bloody Sabbath was the theme. That was my new avenge the shit on the world.
Right.
God had taken my mother.
Yeah.
And then I went to see Black Sabbath, and they were fucking god awful with Van Halen. Van Halen took them to, Van Halen was the opening act. Nobody went to see the opening act in the 70s. You had till 8:30 to get there. Nobody went to the opening act. But the word on the street was to go catch this Van Halen band, and they came out like fucking, they ran the garden. And I still remember watching Bill Ward snorting coke off the snare drum. We were sitting that close. They were that fucked up. And you could tell. And then Circus Magazine, which I still have a copy there of, Black Sabbath left, and they got this singer named Gary Brown, or something Brown. Have you ever heard?
No.
The Black Sabbath videos with him before Ronnie James Dio?
No.
It's fucking god awful.
No.
It's god awful. Dave something from a band called Savoy Brown joined Sabbath for a temporary 3 songs. Oh, horrible. And then Ronnie James Dio snipped in, and people were like, he's the guy from Rainbow. But you're fucking filling into Joe Montana's shoes.
Yep.
You're going into Willie Mays' shoes.
Yeah.
You're filling in what Ronnie James Dio had to pull off was a fucking magic trick. And the album came out.
Yeah.
We wanted to fucking hate it. Mm-hmm. Everybody was looking to hate that fucking album. You know, fuck him, fuck Ozzy. And every song, Heaven and Hell, you're like, Jesus, Children of the Sea, Jesus, Die Young, Jesus. You know, I want to hate this fucking song, but I like it. And then he did a tour. You're going to see, I'm not fucking with you. He did a tour, and they played Philadelphia. It was Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio. Fucko from Sammy Hagar with Shakin' Street. Mm-hmm. And it was Montrose. Ronnie without
Montrose,
fuck nut in Philadelphia. Now let me tell you something. I don't know if you know how concerts work, but if you look at a tour, the first 2 nights they always touch on Philly. Do you know why? To get it out of the way.
Yeah.
They're savages. They just want to get it out of the way in their worst condition. They don't even want to go to Philly at the end of the tour when they're that much stronger. Like I saw AC/DC August 4th, 1979 with Bon Scott. Then Bon died in 80. He was replaced by whatever. And that motherfucker had tough shoes to fill, but they weren't Ozzy Osbourne shoes. Mm-hmm. And you had to fill them in Philadelphia where they don't fuck around. And they were taking Sammy Hagar in Philadelphia. I was in 6th row and I hit it like fucking acid. And in Philadelphia, they were spitting on their fingers and flinging it at Sammy Hagar. They're animals. You got to remember, that was the only stadium that had a courtroom downstairs.
One of Ronnie's favorite places to play. We recorded with the NFL there. It's one of his favorite cities to play.
It's crazy. Like, I go to a casino there, and I know it's total chaos.
But he's from upstate New York.
Yeah, he's from upstate New York.
And he's a working class guy that says, hey, you know what? You don't mess with me. I'm here. Whether you like it or not, I'm here.
And he wasn't the tall guy.
No.
He wasn't a big guy in stature. He went out in Philadelphia and he came out with his fucking Malukia horns from his Italian fucking heritage.
Yep.
And, you know, it's just he won them over. And I still remember people having signs saying, like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is Philadelphia.
We remember them very well.
They're not going to say, hey, you know, we love you.
No.
It's the city of brotherly love.
You got to prove yourself.
That's bullshit. In Philadelphia, you better bring every bullet you got, you know? Mm-hmm. And one song after the other. And then he started doing Sabbath songs.
Yeah.
He did Nativity in Black or something. And we like, okay, like, it's one thing to do your songs at Tony Iommi, but now you're dipping into fucking, now you're causing problems.
Right.
Now we're going to have to ask you to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're going to have to ask you to leave. He started singing Sabbath songs. And one by one, he was winning them over. And then they left.
Because he sang them his own way. He didn't
way.
try to be Ozzy.
No.
He never tried to be Ozzy.
Generals gathered at their masses.
No.
Like, he was into it. He was selling it little by little. And then I caught him maybe 8 months later on the return. But this time, I think it was the Nassau Coliseum. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
My mind is all over the place. I was trying to beat myself up to get this. And he was fucking phenomenal. Like, everybody left there like, who's Ozzy? Like, we don't give a fuck about
That's
Ozzy.
different. I always say it's like apples and oranges, you know. Ozzy was an innovator in the Black Sabbath, the heavy metal music, and he was a great showman. And he was great with the songs, the way they sang them, the way they performed them. Ronnie was completely different. Ronnie was a different singer. He was more of a melodic singer, and it took him to a different place. But I think that you can be an Ozzy fan and a Ronnie fan and appreciate both.
You're looking at one.
Yeah.
You're looking at one. You know? And it's so weird that I had a phobia when I first started comedy. I would look behind the curtain. If I'd see people with white hair, I would shit my pants. And I would try to adjust my material. And I would fail miserably. And this is why you asked me before the show if I would ever be interested. And I tell you, this is my opening joke right now. I just got a call from a daycare. And they said, would you do the Reverend's stand up? And I go, can I talk to your daughter, please? Because the daughter's like 23. And she got on the phone. I go, listen, I love your dad, but tell him my opening joke right now is about a gay guy who feeds his victims hot dogs to get them ready for dick. They don't want to open. You don't want to open with that joke at a Christian organization. You understand me? So I would look behind the curtain, and I was such a pussy. You know, to this day, I take one 0.25 Xanax and put it in my pocket. It's an oval little pussy Xanax that don't even do nothing to you because of the anxiety I get before I go on stage. Especially when I get to the comedy store. That little first 10 minutes when that light turns blue and I'm next, my whole world changes. And how I get myself to the stage is by thinking about Ronnie James Dio in Philadelphia in 1980.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to tell you. So
You know how he used to get ready for his stuff? Have a fight with me.
yeah, no, that's see, I used to for me to be really good on stage, I need to get into an argument with somebody. I need to have people that aggravate me. Like if you aggravate me before I go on stage and you have to follow me, you're gonna have a hard time. What's aggravating me means anything you do.
Yeah.
When I'm in that green room, don't do nothing. I don't want to hear about nothing. Don't move. Don't get up. Don't get up. That's why I stopped snorting coke with people, because they moved around a lot. Don't get up. Sit right there. Where you going? Sit down. You don't have to see what's out the window. Don't worry. It's got nothing to do with you. I'm one of those people. So I like to get aggravated a little bit before I go on stage. Like somebody to aggravate me, for me to go off on somebody. They have to know me. Like if I'm with Wendy, I gotta go, Wendy, what the fuck? You know, and then Wendy goes, he's just going on stage. Watch when he gets off. And then when the people get used to it, but you have to get fired up.
No, yeah.
You have to do some type of firing up. Yeah. So for me, for the last 20 years, whenever I have a doubt, I go, fuck it, out of respect for Ronnie James Dio, to myself as I walk up to the stage. To myself, just because he did something that nobody saw. I didn't see it. And then what alleviated the pain was he did such a great job with Sabbath and the album and the tour. And then Ozzy did a great job with Blizzard. So it kind of nullified everything.
Exactly.
Everybody stood their ground.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a personal question? Was there any animosity between him and Ozzy? I've never heard of him or anything like that.
Not at all. No, not at all.
I mean, I think that even myself, like if I was Ozzy and I was to leave Black Sabbath and somebody would come in, I think for the first year, my ego would be fractured. But after I listened to the work and listened to what the man did,
I think, we saw him quite often in the Rainbow or different places. Just, hi, how you doing? What's going on? I mean, they weren't great friends, but they were always very polite, very nice to each other. Yeah, always.
That's great. No, but that's, I went all the way to 83 with Ronnie when he had Vivian Campbell on Holy Diver. And then after that, Quaaludes, Cocaine, a little time. I lost contact with Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? You lose contact when you go to prison. Ronnie wouldn't write back. So.
He would have if he didn't know.
That motherfucker wouldn't write back and shit.
He would have, yeah.
I know he would.
You know that. I mean,
I was, after 83, I just was into fucking drugs and stabbing people and shit. And I didn't get a grip of my life again until like 1990. By that time, I didn't even know about Dehumanizer.
Yeah.
Like a friend of ours turned me on to Dehumanizer.
Well, it's a very underrated album.
And it's fucking
It's a great album.
phenomenal.
But it was, you know why? Because it came out in the 90s and right when grunge hit. So everybody was now listening to grunge. And it was not, so it's being, actually, we are re-releasing that very soon. Yeah, next year.
So he only did, now, correct me if I'm right. So he only did Heaven and Hell, Dehumanizer, and one other album with Sabbath.
Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules.
Mob Rules, I'm sorry.
A live album called On Stage or something. I forget what it was called.
Evil, isn't that right?
Yeah, Evil, something Evil. And then he went back to do Dehumanizer in the 90s. And then he went back just before he passed away and they did The Devil You Know.
But that was a Carmine or Vinny Appice.
No, it was Vinny. Vinny.
Bill would still not.
No. Bill, they wanted to go back this last time with Bill, but Bill had some health problems. Yeah, so he couldn't do it, and so we got Vinny back again.
I guess he's okay now, Bill.
Yeah, he's doing great.
I
Yeah.
heard that Bill is, Ozzy was like, hold on.
Yeah. No, Bill's doing
That
great.
was the last Sabbath tour, but that was without Bill.
Yeah.
Now we're doing another one. Sharon said, get back on that cocksucker.
Yeah.
So now they're doing another one with Bill.
With Bill. That's great news.
That is great news.
That's
That
great
is-
news.
A friend of mine just brought me, he signed the snare for me.
Uh-huh.
You know, so that was all my time, Wendy. I loved all that shit.
Yeah.
I loved, but that's the honest to God truth. That's Ronnie James Dio's legacy to me, is what he did in Philadelphia. Like, he just fucking made me a believer. Like, and like I said, I was never rude. I would never go down there and throw anything.
Oh, some people did.
But in Philadelphia,
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, they were spitting off their
yeah.
fucking fingers.
Yeah.
I remember Sammy Hagar ducking. Like, I still remember Sammy Hagar.
See, Ronnie wouldn't have ducked. What he did is
Ducking.
a fuck you.
Yeah.
And he right in somebody's face.
No,
and,
it
you
was
know,
great.
He was not afraid of, because don't forget, he'd worked for years and years in Elf, and before that, all the bands. He'd been in bands since he was 10 years old. He'd been in places where weddings, where drunks would come up and get off the stage and all this. I mean, he knew exactly how to deal with an audience, because for so many years. Many years.
Wendy, it's hysterical because I don't know, you were there. You know the lifestyle in the 80s and what was going on. We lived in northern New Jersey, so we had to drive to Philadelphia. So I drove down there with this kid that he's gone now, rest his peace, great kid, one of my brothers, and we stopped at a Burger King for him to pee. And he comes out and he goes, you're not going to believe this. There's a guy in there and he's selling acid. Right? So we're like, we need acid for this. We had acid, but we'll take more. What's he got? And he had these purple hits. They weren't microdot acid. Microdot acid was very tiny, purple. These things were like a marshmallow, a little marshmallow. They were purple. So I said, I'm good. I got my acid. We had like window pane or whatever the fuck. He took his acid. We get to the Philadelphia concert. We're outside tailgating. It's fucking Philadelphia. We're snorting coke. We're doing acid. Whatever the fuck we're doing. He comes up to me, this kid, and he goes, you're not going to believe it. But this kid doesn't like his tickets. He wants to trade them for some money. So we had like 9th row, and we traded for 6th row and like $10. So here we are, 6th row center. We're going to see Ronnie James Dio. Everything's fine. It's 4 of us, but we had to split up into 2 and 2. So I'm with this lunatic that got the
Marshmallow.
the marshmallow purple acid. And, you know, Shaking Street goes up, whatever goes up. Ronnie James Dio, the place blows up. Sabbath. I look down, he's fucking passed out. Right?
Oh, no.
He's passed out. I mean,
He
fucking
missed it
on
all.
the floor, passed out. I had to pick him up, put him on his chair. You know, he's sitting there, the concert's over. 2 encores.
Oh, no.
I gotta pick, and he's a bodybuilder. He's
No,
fucking
big.
huge. I gotta pick him up. We bring him to the car. We sit him down. We drive him back north. He's still passed out. The next day, he's like, "What's up, man?" So ever since that night, we would see him. We'd go to break his balls. He's very sensitive. We go, "You didn't do fucking acid. You did purple Quaaludes." Because they put him out, and he kept saying, "I didn't do purple Quaaludes." I mean, to the day he died, he would say something to me like, we got to go on 135th Street and pick up that. There's some great coke on 135th. And I would go, you think they got those purple Quaaludes there? And he would fucking get pissed off. Have you seen the trailer for the Rainbow?
I was there. I was at the premiere.
What'd you think?
I'm in it.
You're in it?
Yeah, I'm in it.
I fucking knew it. Wendy, you're like dog shit. You're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You're like half Puerto Rican. You're everywhere.
I was there at the time. I was
You
there in
grew
the
up in
70s.
there.
Yeah.
You grew
yeah.
up in
And I worked there.
How really was it?
It was amazing. It was a time that would never come again.
Did you do drugs, Wendy?
No, I never
Never?
did drugs. Never. No, because
No smoke?
the only time when I was
Wendy's
about
clean all her life?
when I was about 16, somebody gave me in England hash, but I don't know what was in it. But whatever was in it, I threw up for 3 days, and I was sick as anything. So I never touched anything. Drink, I know I can get drunk, fall down, I'll wake up sober the next day. But that was, I don't want it. I never touched anything. I went to all the parties where everybody was doing stuff, but they all knew I didn't do it, so I didn't.
How was it down there?
Oh, it was, well, the record labels used to pay for everything in those days. Zeppelin would come in town, they'd put the big thing in between the two tables, all of Zeppelin be there, you'd have The Who there, you'd have Deep Purple, everybody you could possibly think of was there. And it was an amazing time. I chased Keith Moon down the road one time because he didn't pay his bill and drug him by the back of the neck.
So you were there for all that shit.
Oh, yeah. That's why I met Ronnie.
Now, when was the last time you seen Richie Blackmore?
Oh, I haven't seen Richie in, oh my goodness, 20 years maybe.
Not for nothing, no disrespect. Thank God. Holy fuck. He's going to be popular Thursday night. Have you seen him lately?
No.
Have you seen what he looks like?
No.
Holy fuck. It is no bueno.
I was gonna say, is it good or bad?
It's not good. He looks like a character, like a Halloween character. And he doesn't tour with those guys no more. Like he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Because Joe Lynn Turner's from my neighborhood.
Oh, Joe's a good friend of mine.
Nice guy. Nice guy. I know him since he was in the other band before.
Real good guy.
Rainbow.
And he did a great job in Rainbow too. Different, as you said, that's different again.
It was different.
Different. It's a Ronnie Rainbow, and there was a Joe Lynn Turner, and I think he did a great. And Graham Bonnet. I think they all did a great job.
Graham Bonnet was kind of funky. I like Joe Lynn more than Graham Bonnet.
I used to manage Graham in Alcatraz.
Where the fuck is Graham?
Alcatraz. He's around.
Where?
He's around.
Now, where did he go after Rainbow?
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
That I managed for a while. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I thought he was like in. He sounds a lot. He sounds a lot like that other band from Seattle. So I thought he was in that band for some. I don't even know what the fucking band's name.
He's a good guy. I saw him. I think last time I saw him was at the Greek. He had gone to see, I think, Deep Purple. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. You were in all this shit, Wendy.
Oh, yeah.
You saw it all down there.
I've seen it all. Yep.
What was Dio's happiest times? What was Ronnie's, like Sabbath? When he was doing the Holy Dive. I mean, Vivian Campbell.
Well, a lot of different times. But his favorite band was Sabbath.
Really?
I think, and I was really glad that he got to reunite with the band and do that last album and the tour, because they all loved each other and everything, and they were playing amazing. I mean, you'd never know that Ronnie was sick. He was amazing till the last note. And I think that Ronnie could never have lost his voice or grown old. So that's the only thing I say about him dying when he did, was he died on a high note.
That's a beautiful thing you just said.
Yeah.
It took me off. It's funny because when I opened up with Dehumanizer, I saw a look in your eye, and I had that same feeling also.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's been gone 9 years now.
It'll be 10 years in next year,
So we're going to have a big fucking party.
Big, yeah.
And you're going to let me know 6 months in advance.
Oh, yeah, we already know when it is.
So I can cancel my fucking week, so I'm there with you bowling.
2020, so February 20th, 20.
My birthday's the 19th.
Oh, and it's at the Wilton Theater.
Okay. I'll be in town.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
Only out
Yeah, please.
February 29th and Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And what's that event?
Which event?
The 220.
We're doing a big gala. We're going to have, we'll do some of the hologram. We'll do some other bands. We'll have an award show of people that I want to award who have been in Ronnie's life. Mostly industry people, but presented by a celebrity. So I think that will be fun. And so we'll have tables. I think it's 35 tables downstairs, and then it's like 1,000 people upstairs. And for the fans, we are only going to charge $25 because Ronnie would want to give back to his fans as he always did. So we want to have really cheap ticket for the kids, and then the industry could pay for the tables and pay for the money
Brad
to raise.
Pitt could pay. Fuck him.
And it's
him and Angelina got more money than God.
And it's raising money for cancer again.
Cancer, man.
Of course.
This is what it's all about.
Yep.
What you're doing is a beautiful thing. I mean, you're doing God's work. You're killing two birds with one stone. I wish I had the patience to do what you did because
I love to do it.
You're
actually.
keeping Ronnie alive.
I'm keeping Ronnie alive.
And you're keeping others alive.
Yeah, exactly. If we can save just one person by, saying early detection saves lives. Women are good about getting checked. Men, no, you got to drag them down there. But,
Oh no, I get that too, but
and
my
that's
ass
really,
twice.
That's really important.
I've gotten that motherfucking camera in my ass twice.
Well, we're working right now with Dr. Wong at UCLA. We've been supporting him and paying for them, and they're developing a swab test. So instead of having the finger up the bum, that you would have a swab test, and that's for pancreatic cancer, colon cancer, and gastric cancer, stomach cancer, and that should be out by next year. So you just go and you have a swab taken at your local GP. They send it away. It comes back really, really early detection. If you have any one of those cancers, obviously you have to then go on through other testings. But it's a breakthrough, and we're really excited about it. And this is
some of the stuff that you foundation has done?
Yeah. We've been supporting him for the last 2 years, and we're paying for all this medical team to do this.
Where's there a web page where people could go?
DioCancerFund.org.
That's it.
That's it.
And it's run by you.
14 board members.
14.
We have 14 board members. Sheila's one of them. We have a doctor. We have 2 lawyers. We have a trucking company, biggest trucking company there is upstage in there, one of their directors. We have a sound company, a lighting company, other managers, 2 other managers, PR person. We're in-house.
And what do you guys decide on? Where the money's going to be spent?
Yeah. And we always make sure that it doesn't go into an administration or a fat cat's pocket, because we don't want that.
Thank you
That's why we formed it in the first place. We watch every single penny where it goes. And we've given, we gave Vanderbilt in Nashville, we gave them $100,000 for stomach cancer. They had no research money whatsoever for stomach cancers. And so because we gave them $100,000, someone else gave them $500,000, and then the government got a grant for $11 million. So a lot of times ours is seed money. We put it into places where they don't have a research team for that. Or now we're working very closely with Dr. Wong. We know exactly every penny goes.
When we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago that, like anybody else, you catch a break and you want to help.
Yeah.
You want to help. There's nothing worse than helping somebody when you feel like you've been fucked.
Oh, I've been fucked.
And you get fucked.
I have.
And it hurts your feelings. You know. For years, like I said, when I was a kid, I would do walkathons for the American Heart Association, and I always tried to do something as a kid. My mother always, I always sold boosters or candies. I always did something. Sometimes I took a 10. I'm not going to lie to you, for an album, but you know what I'm saying? 90% of the money went sometime. I was a kid. I was a stupid kid, but I always believed in giving back. Years ago, I went to work for an administration, and I found out they were nonprofit, and for every $10 you give, the kid with the missing eye gets 58 cents. And meanwhile, the 2 dudes out front are driving 7 Series BMWs. Yeah. It does something to a guy like me.
Yeah. I used to volunteer for a big nonprofit that I won't name.
No.
But I found out after working many months and helping them, volunteering, that a dime, if everybody gave $1, a dime went to it, and the other was 2 fat cats living up in a big mansion. I was like, I was disgusted.
Embarrassed.
Disgusted.
Listen, I don't mind you robbing me. Bring a fucking gun, bitch.
Yeah.
Bring a fucking gun, and I'll give you what I got. Yeah. But if you're going to rob me that way and I find out, and now what does it do? It takes a guy like me that has a heart, and it deters me from helping people that really need it. I won't give to a homeless fucking organization, but I'll give that guy at the 7-Eleven a 20.
Yeah.
I'll give it right to the fucking guy's hand. And every time I see this dude, I give him a 20, a 10, 3, whatever the fuck is in your wallet, you give the poor guy. That I believe in. But I don't want to be a part of something where, you're in fucking Belize, hanging out with the Stones, and we're all donating to you. You know, whatever.
That's why
so.
we started our own.
I love this. I didn't know
when
anything
Ronnie passed
about
away, people were saying, "I want to give money to charity. What do we do? What do we do?" And after my experience I had, I said, "You know what? I don't know." So Ronnie's doctor and I formed the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund, and 14 people that were friends of Ronnie's that have been around forever all joined in. 100% of the money goes to the charity. We have no administration costs. We meet once a month. We don't pay for anywhere to go. We don't have any office. We use my office or something else. No money goes out anywhere except to where we need to put it, and that is not in some fat cat's pocket.
When I get out of here today, Wendy, I'm gonna have my wife make a donation since I can't go next.
That's very, very kind.
Thursday from
very
me
kind.
and Lee in the
very
church of
kind.
what's happening now.
Yeah.
Because you just made my dick hard by telling me these things that, you know, like I said, nobody wants to feel shitty about donating.
No.
You know, I give away shirts every month. I do a clean out, and I go up the corner up here and give away clothes to homeless. I go with bags, you know. People send T-shirts. So every time somebody sends 3 T-shirts, I'll take one of their T-shirts and let's put it on a homeless person, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I try to help as much as I can, but like anybody else in America, we all work very hard for our money. And before you give it to somebody who's going to
make sure it's going to where it's supposed to go.
And they're on a fucking cruise.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I want it to go where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I have that right, you know.
Yeah.
We had on the kid from the Celtics here.
Chris Herron.
Chris Herring. He has a foundation, rehabs the whole thing. We donate to him once a year, you know. I'm looking for places, but again, I don't do it for a tax write. I don't give a fuck about a tax write-off. I do it because I want to feel good about myself. I want to help, you know.
We've done a lot of things like we've paid for different people's funerals, things like that we don't really publicize. We don't.
You don't need to. That's
you know, the different things that were medical costs, different things that if somebody needs. I mean, that's not what our charity does, but on occasions when somebody needs the help, we help.
You're a class act, Wendy.
Well, making a little place in heaven for me, making sure I don't go down there.
Well, you never know. You never know. You never fucking know.
You never know.
They might put you in purgatory just to chill for a couple of weeks with Coach Ann. And you got to do jumping jacks with Coach Ann every fucking day or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
My God. This has been just weird, not meeting you and knowing you're in the circle. And like everybody fucking knows you.
Of course. They better.
How the fuck do you know everybody like this? This is just
because I pull them all in to do stuff with us, and they do. You know, they always put down heavy metal, dirty piggy, dirty people, whatever. You know what? Heavy metal people, rock people are the most amazing people that give their time and their talent to me all the time for this cause, and they're amazing. And every day I thank my lucky stars of how happy I am that these people want to help and still remember Ronnie, and that makes it everything like wow.
Let me ask you something. What did you do a couple weeks ago that I heard was just off the fucking chain? Coach Ann told me that.
Oh,
now was that also
the Dave Grohl barbecue? Yeah,
That was also a charity.
Oh, absolutely. We raised $47,000, but we raised even more money because we bid on that right at TJ Martell. So TJ Martell got $65,000 from it. Okay, then I made it into a charity for our charity, and so our charity, I did a ticket. It's $1,000 ticket, and everybody was there and everything, and I raised $47,000 for Stand Up and Shout, and then a friend of mine, actually Gloria Butler. She put,
he's his wife.
Yeah, okay. She put 2 tickets up for City of Hope. Auctioned them off, and we raised another $7,000 for City of Hope. So that money was spread and made, actually, that whole thing made around $151,000.
Now tell them about the event, how fucking fun
the event was fun.
Ann told me it was fucking tremendous.
It was amazing. Dave Grohl is amazing. He is such an amazing person. You know, he does all these charity things for firefighters and everyone. And he came to the house with his smoker that was like
at 3 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 in the fucking morning. Dave Grohl, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this one.
It was a 10-foot smoker that he brought, and He smoked all night, the smoker all night. In the morning, he was chopping onions. He was doing everything. He was making this amazing meal. He did what was it, pulled pork, tri-tip, and what was the other one? Oh, ribs. And then I brought some stuff for my vegan friends, because I have some vegan friends that they cook some stuff on there. And we had Slim Jim was there, and Geezer Butler was there. Mark Ferrari. Oh, it was a whole bunch of different people there. Oni Logan, Rowan Robertson, all these people. We had so much fun. And I had, so I made it into a hoedown. So we had 2 country western bands. We had a mechanical bull, which was real fun. We had such a blast. It was so much fun. It was amazing, and he is such an incredible person. I mean, he's just spent so much time doing that, and he does charity stuff for everyone. He's going to be bowling as well for our charity.
How good was the barbecue?
How good was it?
Ann said it was fucking delicious.
It was delicious. It was the best.
How the fuck does that guy know how to barbecue?
He took lessons. He went away and actually took lessons on how to barbecue. He's very serious about it.
Really?
Yeah, he's real serious about
Fucking guy weighs 80 pounds. I weigh 400. I can't cook dick. That guy makes good fucking barbecue. I didn't even know.
It was really fun, and we raised a lot of money for a lot of different causes. TJ Motel got 65,000. We got 47,000, and City Hope got 7. So it was.
And you do one of these every 90 days? You try to do some type of.
We do lots of different things, whatever we can think up to make money.
What
yeah.
else? What other things? Like what?
Well, we have the bowl for Ronnie every year. We have the ride for Ronnie.
Now the ride for Ronnie's bicycles or motorcycles?
Motorcycles.
I'm off there.
Harley Davidson sponsors us from Glendale.
No shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. We close the street and everything, and the bikes, we have about 1,500 bikes. They ride to, and I ride on the back too, my pink helmet. And we ride to Los Encinos, the park, and then we have bands play, we have food trucks, we have beer, wine, we have everything. We have a really fun time. Vendors. It's a family event. Starts we kick off is at 11, and then the park opens at 12, and it finishes at 5 in the afternoon. We close the whole park.
You know what I get from you, Wendy? Why I fell in love with you immediately after everything I heard about you. 7 out of 10 people who do these type of charitable things, they do them for different reasons, not for the reason you're doing it for. They do them for, to stand out in the community. These are the same people that tell you they saved the whales, but then they kick a cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the area we live in.
Right.
This fucking area is full of bullshitters. This is Fakeville right here, This is something that's a passion of yours.
Yeah, it is.
I could see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
I can see it in your smile.
Yeah.
When I hear about your events, this is something that you're very passionate about. You're not doing it to be cool or for people like you. Don't. I have a funny feeling that ship fucking sailed. You don't give a fuck if they like you or not.
I don't. I get bashed all the time on Blabbermouth. You know what? I don't care. What I say to those people is go out and do a good deed for the day instead of sitting in your parents' basement and trashing people, because that's all they like to do,
It's really weird that most people that do it's like I've always hated when people have like things at their house. Like, I don't want you to know you did something good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to post it on Facebook that you donated, you didn't really do nothing good. You just did it to show other people what the fuck you're doing. Characters, what you do when people aren't watching.
Yeah.
And this is, I could tell that
we have 14 fabulous board members. I mean, they're all passionate. Every one of them is passionate about it. And they're all busy people. We have, like, Rick Sales, who's the manager of Slayer and the Ghost and everything. He's there helping us. We got, Sheila, she's busy with her fitness business. We have Adam Parsons, who manages Black Star Riders and Europe. I mean, they're big. The people that we have, all the vice presidents and presidents of all the big sound companies, lighting companies, they don't need to do this, but they do it because you know what? They loved Ronnie, and they're just good people. They're just good people, and they love. It's all done in Ronnie for Ronnie's name, Ronnie, and he was a good person. He was a person that they broke the mold. He loved people. He genuinely loved his fans and never ever forgot where he came from, and why he had what he had. He's the one who started all this. He started with me in the 80s saying, oh, life's been good. We need to give back something. What do we do? I want to give back to a children's charity. So he said, go find me something. So I found him a few charities, and one of them was Children of the Night. And he said, I like this one because these kids are like 14, 15 years old. Lots of people give to young children. And these teenagers, they forget about them, and they could be my audience. And we started doing stuff for Children of the Night. And then we started doing things for animals, and we started doing things, autism, for all different things. And it's a great feeling.
It is a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
To give back.
To give back, yeah.
To give back, let people know where you started, where you're from, what you feel. I'm still tight. My parents died at a young age, so those kids took care of me. And now I could see that they're having little problems from time to time. I don't say nothing. They call, and I help them out as much as I can, and I enjoy it.
Exactly.
I never forgot.
Exactly.
I never forgot. I know who's taking advantage. I've been taken advantage of. People have called me and told me stories, and then I find out other things, and now I'm a little bit more cautious. But I always felt just that's what it's all about. You know, my mom had a numbers book, and my mom's motto, if I hit the number for 25, I'm giving away 12.5. She would give it away. Yeah. She would give it away. Just give it away because you're going to hit the number again. Your odds are hitting the number again. And it's the same thing with life. You can't you can't take it all with you.
You can't take it with you, no.
You can't take it with you.
The most important thing, I think, is people and friends. Just friends is the most important thing. Friends, family, just enjoying life every day.
Well, like I tell people all the time, God took away my gift of family, but he showed me the gift of friendship. Right. Which is one of the biggest gifts people don't have it.
Oh, I have my
people
chosen. I have my chosen family.
People, but they're on an episode of Friends. No. You could suck my dick. That's not friends. No. Friends are the guy that's sitting next to you in the jail cell going, what the fuck did we do to get in here? Not the guy that bails you out.
Right. Well, Sheila, I've known for over 30 years. We've been friends. We've been through everything together. Everything.
She was a good lady.
She's a great lady. But all the people on my board, every single one of them, I've known for 30 or 40 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You always have a platform here. I know you're just a few miles from here.
Thank you.
I don't care if you want to come down and just talk.
Yeah, come down and have fun with us.
But I give you my word, I will donate something today to the Ronnie Foundation, especially for the PIN's benefit on the 7th. Do you have like shirts or something that you send out to people? I don't know, fucking people like Ronnie James Dio stuff.
Oh yeah, we have a website. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
So you have like shirts. And
I'll send you some shirts. You give me the size, I'll send you a bunch of stuff.
You're beautiful. Yeah. Let's fucking do it. And like I said, I won't see you on the 7th.
Right. But we see you on the
20th is a weird date because my birthday's on a weird fucking
2020. It's 2/20/20. Easy to remember. It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday, yeah, because my birthday's like on a Wednesday. What a dud fucking day to have a birthday. Who the fuck has a birthday on a Wednesday? Only a 57-year-old. When you're 12, it's always on Friday or Sunday, rocking and rolling. Miss Dio, it's a pleasure.
My pleasure.
And like I said, you have a home here. Anything I could do for you to host, I'm not going to be clean. I got to hit them with a good finger in the ass joke or something. Like my nuts joke, something to keep them going. You know what I'm saying? To let them know we're not nice people.
Well, thank you so much. And we couldn't do this without people like you supporting us. We really, really appreciate it.
No, when I called Rudy, I let Rudy know. And I think Rudy will come in next week and
He's a doll. Him and Ronnie were very, very close.
Right, that's what he was saying.
Very close, yeah.
I didn't know he even knew Ronnie.
Oh, yeah. He was in the band. Yeah.
Rudy was?
Sure.
At what band?
He was in Dio.
When? Before Whitesnake.
He was in the band right near the end, just before Ronnie passed away.
Okay, so towards 2012.
They were getting ready to go on a tour together, actually. It never happened because Ronnie got sick.
When did Ronnie get diagnosed?
It was on the Friday, the 13th of November, 2009. And he passed away at 2:10, May 16th.
Jesus Christ.
And they were getting ready to go on a tour. It's called the Tornado Tour. And they were getting ready to go on that tour when we got the news. And I had to call the band in and tell them we had to cancel the tour.
Who was in that band? It was Rudy?
Rudy, Simon, Scott Warren, Doug Aldridge. Doug Aldridge was in the band then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not have any clue about this.
Yeah.
Had they put on an album to tour the album?
We had something that went out and I pulled it. It was called Tornado. It was only out for like, I think, 6 days.
And you pulled it after the news.
We may re-release it, but it wasn't time for it to come out right then. We were dealing with everything. I didn't think Ronnie was going to pass. I mean, we used to call it killing the dragon. We'd go to Houston every 2 weeks and we'd fly there, get the treatment, come back. And we just said, we're killing the dragon. We just never, ever thought that Ronnie was going to pass. And he wasn't that sick. 3 weeks before he passed away, he was at the Golden Gods Award getting an award. And then it was on the Friday morning that he told me, I don't feel good. I think I need to go to the hospital. And we went to the hospital. And then he passed on the Sunday.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know all like that.
That was... it was a big shock.
It's a tough time for everybody. I remember feeling it. I remember going, Jesus Christ. Like usually you hear somebody passes. That was something that you had to sit down that night and I had to put on Heaven and Hell out of respect and do 22 bong hits and think of all my experiences with Sabbath. And like I said to you, even though I'm a comic, I'm really, I'm not a failed musician. I'm a musician that never tried. I didn't have the balls to play the fucking guitar, but I use different things from different places to inspire me. And like I said, before I go on stage, I think of Ronnie James Dio. If I go on stage 10 times, probably 8 times, I go, this motherfucker flipped me in Philadelphia. I gotta flip him like Ronnie James Dio.
He was a very special person.
I gotta flip him like Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
You know, I hate when people talk about Bruce Lee. When they say, oh, he was tough, and people go, oh, Mom, Bruce Lee wasn't about that, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
He was about letting the little guy know he had a chance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He let the little guy know he had a chance. He gave minorities, Chinese people were fucking bowing. After Bruce Lee came along, there's no more bowing. We'll fuck you up, bitch. I don't know if you've seen who the fuck Bruce Lee is. Ronnie James Dio showed me the same kind of courage that I never mentioned to nobody else. I've never mentioned this story to nobody until your name started popping up. And I'm like, I want to tell her to her fucking face.
Yeah, I'm glad you
what
did.
Ronnie meant to me and what the impact was on me. And I know you remember how many people wanted that album to go down in flames, but it didn't. No. It was his live performance. You know, every time he took, I read something the other day about Sebastian Maniscalco, that he didn't have a TV show or movies. He did it one joke at a time. Yeah. Ronnie did it one song at a time, one city at a time.
Yeah, and he never apologized.
I always figured out that, let's say that year was a 20-city tour. I don't fucking know. I don't remember the schedule. Trust me, I went over it because I was one of those nerds. But I know for a fact that in 20 of those cities, there had to be 100 of me. Those theaters sat what in those days? 14, 12,000, Philadelphia. I think it was the Spectrum. I saw them at the Spectrum.
17,000 people.
17,000 at the Spectrum.
Yeah.
There had to be 1,000 people in each city that went home and went, well, I used to like Ozzy. I guess I got to add fucking Ronnie to that wall because of the job he did and his fucking balls. That took balls to go up there. And we've sat here. I mean, beside the singer from AC/DC, I mean, people still go see Alice in Chains. People still go see Journey. Everybody complains about he's a Filipino. Who gives a fuck?
I think he sounds great.
He sounds great.
But when you see him, it's different. Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah.
Ronnie didn't have any of those cliches. Even when Sammy Hagar joined Van Halen, there was backlash.
Yeah.
Ronnie made that all go away.
Because he didn't try to be Ozzy.
Yes.
He was himself. And he didn't apologize. I'm here, I'm me, and you like me or you don't.
And he didn't bring it up. He didn't. I read a couple of his interviews.
Yeah.
I forget what he did an interview for. around that time. And I was like, this is a fucking ballsy fucking interview. But listen, November 7th, Pins, February 20, 1920, 2020, the Wiltern Theater.
Yeah.
The Wiltern Theater.
Yeah.
And there'll be more events to come. So the website is one whole thing.
Oh,
I can
absolutely.
donate
Yeah.
pictures,
Yeah.
stories, music, all
Yeah,
one
everything.
page.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. And what is it again? Repeat it to them. What is the website again?
Oh, DioCancerFund.org.
Dio Cancer Fund. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank my coach over there, the assistant coach, for coming out here today. Most importantly, I want to thank you guys. Any possibility, there's going to be a tour.
Yeah.
Again, in 20,
Yeah.
you release those dates. You'll let me
I
know.
will. I will, yeah.
And I'll release them.
Yeah,
for
we're
you.
not ready yet. I'm not sure when, but probably later than March.
How many tours did you do? How many dates did you do on the last tour? Because I thought it was going to be a lot longer than what it was. To be honest with you.
I think we did 19.
19. That was
dates,
enough.
Yeah.
That's a lot more than what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought you did like 6 or something.
No,
like
we did 19.
that. And they went over. People loved them.
Well, first of all, there was a lot of not quite sure. A lot of bashing for people who didn't see it, were saying, dragging him out of his grave, all these things, whatever. But once we went out, everybody that saw it loved it, absolutely loved it. And then we started packing out the houses, packing them sold out, because we bring it's a whole show. It's Ronnie, but he's not there all the time. He comes in and out. Then there's the band that he played with for the last 17
And it's
years.
the band on stage.
Oh yeah, live band,
Right, no,
live
I
band
heard it all.
on
I
stage.
drunk.
Yeah.
It sounded
And then we have
intriguing.
pictures of Ronnie behind that's going on. There's stuff going on. There's all kinds of things. It's like going to the Simpsons at Disneyland. You've got all this stuff going on behind, and there's lovely photos of Ronnie. There's stuff. There's Ripper Owens, Oni Logan sing different songs. They sing Stargazer, amazing actually, together, and then they sing some songs with Ronnie. The three of them sing songs together. And it's great. And they do it with love. The band obviously love Ronnie, and they do it with love. And Ripper was always Ronnie's protege, so they just and Oni his family. So they just have such a good time doing it, and it's all done for Ronnie.
Thank you for being an amazing woman. And for,
Thank you for having me. Really
loving
appreciate
a
it.
fucking man to death. I mean, you love him to fucking death. I mean, the guy still, you still got him out there, even though,
Oh yeah, yeah. And
he's not really gone.
No, he's not.
I wish there were more women like you in the world.
Oh, there are.
Everybody dies and they jump on a different ship and fuck him.
No.
But not you. You did it differently. God bless you.
Ronnie never be forgotten. Never. Not while I'm alive, anyway. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
beautiful, Wendy.
And you're a great interviewer. Thank you.
No, we're just talking shit here. I don't even want it
it's
to feel
great.
like an interview. I want it to feel like if Ronnie was in there. Ronnie's here. He's sitting right there. He's sitting there going, what the fuck is this Cuban guy talking about? Fucking Philadelphia. Nobody spit on me, cocksucker.
Oh, he loved Philadelphia. I'm sure some people spit on him there. I'm sure they did, but not after the first show. No. That was one of his favorite cities.
Nah, it's still my favorite city. Don't forget, next week I won't be at Pins because I'll be in Detroit at the Motor City Casino, which is sold out, and Funny Bone, Omaha that weekend. I think there's still tickets available for Friday night. And then Thanksgiving weekend, the Miami Improv Bitches. Friday, 2 shows. Saturday, 1 show's already sold out, so do what you got to do. Jump on it. And that's it, and that's that. Real quick, a word from our sponsors real quick before we get out of here. And I'll let you guys go for the weekend and jump up and fucking down and get ready for Diaz against Masvidal. And don't forget my book, you'll be there. And we'll be taking action on the fight. We got side bets. We got everything for you. On top of that, you got the NFL. You got the NBA. We got it all. If you're trying to bet the NFL, NBA, MMA, UFC, my bookie's got it. They got better incentives and more lines than any other sports book, period. Remember what I told you in the beginning? They just revamped their website, and it's looking tremendous. So go take a look if you haven't already. Don't forget about the Super Contest. 100 to enter. 5 teams a week against the spread. You rack up points. First place, 100,000 guaranteed. And you can donate 50,000 to Wendy. That's how we fucking do it here, all right? So do me a favor, church family. Stop messing around. Why pick a win if you don't bet the fucking thing? You play, you win, you get paid. So today what we're going to do is double your first deposit now. Enter promo code CHURCH. Get 100% bonus on your initial deposit. up to $1,000. What does that mean? You put in 200, I give you 200. All right? Where are you going to get that type of action at? Nowhere, bitches. Visit mybookie.ag today. That's mybookie, mybookie.ag. And don't forget to use promo code CHURCH. You play, you win, you get paid. Listen, I want to talk to you about your CBD game. It's slipping. Everybody in the country is talking about CBD. Should it have this? Should it have that? I don't know what it should have or what it shouldn't have. All I know is what works for me. After I tried CBD Lion, I reached out to them. I had tried a couple different CBD products. CBD Lion works for me. The tincture under the tongue, 2 of those before you get to bed at night, it's like doing heroin. An hour later, you can't even walk to your room. And I sleep solid. I'm 56. I get up to pee. No getting up. I sleep solid. That's what CBD Lion does. Yesterday, I lifted weights. Today, I went to fucking boxing, and I'm still walking around. That's CBD Lion. Go to CBD Lion, look at that third-party test results, and you let me know what you think. This isn't no fucking 7-Eleven CBD or ISIS CBD. This is real fucking CBD. CBDlion.com. Go on there right now. Whether it's the gummies, the tincture. Listen, those gummy bears, the raspberry, strawberry, and orange, I could eat fucking those forever. And they're tremendous. 3 or 4 little cubes, you're off and running. Go to CBDlion.com right now and press in promo code CHURCH and get 20% off your order delivered right to your crib. Who does that for you, cocksuckers? Nobody. All right, on it. Again, best supplements in the business. Alpha Brain. If you don't like it, you get 100% money back guarantee. And they don't want the product. Who does that? You ever do that, Wendy?
CBD?
No. You ever go somewhere
Oh, no.
to order Chinese food, you don't like it?
No, you can't give it back.
You can't give it back.
No.
Honor gives you the fucking money back. Why? Because they believe in their product. So when you order Alpha Brain now, you got a little lottery ticket. You hold on to it. You enter into the contest. If you win, you get the island experience. It runs all the way till January. You got nothing to lose. You've been sitting there confused for the last month. Alpha Brain is the way to go. Plus, they got the Shroom Tech Sport, and the Shroom Tech Immune. Who's better than you? Nobody. So go to honor.com right now and press in.
Church.
Boom, psh, and get 10% off your order delivered right to the crib. All right? So I want to thank my bookie. I want to thank Honor, and I want to thank CBD Lion. Most importantly, I want to thank you motherfucking savages for always having our back. And please support Wendy Dio and whatever venture she has. She's the real fucking deal. This is no scam. This is nothing. You heard. I know one of you's a loved one, a grandmother, a brother, has been stricken by this fucking horrible disease. This is your way to give back a little something. All right, guys? So go to Dio.com. DioCancerFund.org. And give a little something to help out, and maybe next time another one of your family members won't get afflicted by this fucking piece of shit disease. I love you, cocksuckers. Don't forget, tricky. Watch what they put in your bag. Some kid got heroin put in his bag yesterday in New York City. Who the fuck would give heroin to a kid? Me? Anyway.
I was gonna say.
No, I wouldn't. I got some class and dignity. I'd give him a syringe. Let him get the heroin on himself. Anyway, I love you, little bastards. Don't forget Miami, Omaha, and Detroit. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween. See you next weekend. Stay black, cocksuckers. I love you, Wendy Dio.